Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Mr. Sam. I would like to welcome everyone for Sonoma Raceway Grand Prix Circuit here from the Online Racing League IndyCar season, the season finale, round number 10. Last week we saw Nemes Racing taking the title with one race to go after a huge battle with Shaza throughout near enough the entire race, actually. Shaza really dropped off at the end last week. If you haven't seen, then check it out. That was a race and a half to watch. But today we're here for Sonoma Raceway. The circuit looks in the deserts. I don't know how honest that information is to my knowledge. But today we have 9 drivers. And let me run through the order. Anoltanovic, Holdrome, BM Black, Nemes Racing, the championship winner, Kevin Jacobs, Mark, Subaru, Murcielago, and Shaza all going to be today on the grids. And yeah, desert. Deserts is what we were looking for, not really. And we're just waiting for the formation lap to start. There will be one lap formation lap with the regulatory managers, and we'll have 30 minutes of racing. And there we go, formation lap is about to start. And we have the 5 red lights, but obviously we're not gonna need them, we will need the formation lap itself. We do indeed have a battle for P2 in the standings. Shaza against Murcielago battling out for second spot in the standings. And next season it'll be GT3 series, which I'll be racing in myself. And I'm actually looking forward to it because I actually like GT3 on this game. It's actually one of the nicest series to drive in my opinion. But here we go, Subaru will be on pole position, Holdrome in P2, Mark in P3, Anoltanovic P4, Kevin Jacobs P5, BM Black P6, Murcielago P7, Shaza P8, and Val will be starting last as he has won the championship last week. And here we go racing here at Sonoma. Subaru leads the way, Holdrome in P2, Mark in P3, Anoltanovic in P4, Kevin Jacobs in P5, BM Black in P6, Murcielago in P7. And let's go further up as now Mark is pressuring Holdrome as Subaru, surprise surprise, made a mistake coming in the gravel. We saw that with tiny bit of our camera as once again he goes a bit wide on the exit and loses even more time. He is now 1.4 seconds behind Mark. And Oldrum is pulling away at this point. Shaza is in P7, Kevin Jacobs, something happened to him as well. He's down in P8, Val is still last. I think Val is not even really trying this race, because unless he won the championship, and that's Subaru round. Subaru has spawned round, and now he's all the way down last. Kevin Jacobs, ooh, there's contact between Val and Kevin Jacobs, as Kevin has run a bit on the gravel, and I think Val has to take the escape route, and yes, he does indeed, and that puts him into last place once again. Ooh, Kevin hit the inside barrier, I think, and lost time as Subaru now has spun himself round, for God's sake. Val is into P8 once again. But we have a freeway battle for P3, and Altanovic, Bimovac, and Murcielago battling out for P3. Chaza is thereabouts as well. He's not too far behind. Now Val is right behind Kevin Jacobs as we were talking about that. Let's go back to green and black. Dual shock battery low. The wrong time. And there we go. Val is trying to make a move on Kevin Jacobs in the fast section. Kevin remains ahead, and oh, something happens to Kevin. I actually missed that bit. I'm not sure if Val panning him off or not. Like, I missed it completely. Like, I looked away at the direct position screen and I missed it. God damn it. Well, but anyway, Kevin is in P8, Subaru in P9. He had a nightmare over race already. And it's only been 5 minutes. Val is now closing. No, he's not. He's actually not closing. That's Shaza. Oldrum has opened up the gap at the front to 3.4 seconds. Battle for P3 remains, and Altanovic is keeping light of Bino Black and Murcielago behind him. But will it be for long enough? Chesney now joins the party as well. We have a four-way battle now. Chaz is looking desperate for that move on Murcielago as their championship rivals at this point. Battling out for P2 as that Subaru has spun around the game. Oh, Murcielago makes a mistake, goes extremely wide, and will that let Shaza through? On the inside, Shaza gets the position. Shaza stayed behind, waited for a mistake from one of them, and there he came. Murcielago makes a mistake, letting his championship rival through. And Shaza will try to go for up the inside of Being Black, but Being Black defends it off. Bit of contact, but it doesn't affect anyone in any way, and we're on to lap 6 as there's 22 minutes 35 seconds on the clock remaining. Beyond Black gets a tanker set on the back, and now he lost some time. Shaza is right behind him now, so Shaza will try and go for a move as soon as possible. He stays behind just yet, and he's probably waiting for a mistake from Beyond. Oh no, my goodness me, move from Shaza as Beer Black goes into the pits. Pretty dangerous pit lane, I must say. I don't think Shaza could have expected that. I mean, I wouldn't expect something like that. A mistake from Arnold Sandwich, and Shaza is into P2. That is now. And that's Sandwich goes into the pits. Val is into the pits as well. 20 minutes on the clock. $20 minutes on the clock still. The question just now is, does the undercut work on this game, on this track? And yes, it does. It does indeed undo. Moshinlag a heavy crash there. As I was speaking of that, let's both drivers through, not just Arnold but also Val. I mean, Jesus, that was a heavy crash from Moshinlag. Heavy crash and will end in his day. And Val is behind Arnold. Val tries to find a better line from Arnold, really close to Vanel's front wing. And will Val try and look for it down towards turn 2? No, he doesn't. He stays behind. rather thinking about it and keeping it cool. And I hear Anil made a mistake, but Val does squeeze him out. I wonder if Val will let him back through. Randall said Anil Tanovich tries. That will convert into the inside line, and there we go. Anil Tanovich gets the position back. And Val gives him the look, tells Anil, "Hello mate, I'm here, I'm still behind you," and they keep on pushing. And Val have the inside in towards the penultimate corner. Anil had the outside line, defended his position, and still and Shaza is now in the pits, as I can see on my board. And Val is now past Anil Tanovich. I missed what happened there. Unfortunately. Shaza is now out of the pits. Oh, Val is right behind him as well. Val hits the wall. He's done the exact same thing as Murcielago did a few laps earlier. I believe he made some... Oh, what the hell? Kevin Jacobs and Oldrum are battling now for P2. And Mark is in the pits. Mark has pulled into the pits. Kevin goes wide. Oldrum will try and have a look. It's maybe done towards the last corner. Contact made, and Kevin has went into the wall, and now I wonder if Oldrum will let him back through. Oh, never mind. Kevin has hit the inside wall of the final corner. I'll go past Shaz in the meantime as well, as we're watching that battle. And we have the back battle between Val, Anil and Murcielago, with 13 minutes 50 seconds on the clock remaining of the season. And we have a fairly okay train in all fairness. Definitely few cars, separated by few seconds down the road, but Kevin is now in the pits. 12 minutes 50. 12 minutes 50 on the timer left. We have a huge train and surely some good racing on the line. As now Mark is closing in to Oldrome. Welcome who's just tuned in. I'd like to remind you that this is the season finale of the Mexican Racing League IndyCar Championship, and we're here for Sonoma Grand Prix in the deserts of Sonoma. And we have Oldrome leading the race, 1.4 seconds ahead of Mark, followed by Beyond Black, Shaza, who is putting pressure onto Beyond Black in the meantime. Let's stay on board with that, as I can see a move coming soon. The Mexican Racing, oh there we go, bit of contact between the two of them. And now the gap has increased to 4 tenths. NORL Racing in P5, on television P6, Motion Lago in P7, and Kevin Jacobs in P8, as he has already made his final stop. Altanovich has let Motion Lago through. I wonder if that's some sort of strategic move, as Kevin Jacobs has led the session. He was a mile behind everyone and he has left. But in the meantime, Shaza is putting pressure on Beyond Black. Round it into the final corner, conflict between the two drivers. And yeah, questionable. But Beyond Black remains ahead, and Val now makes contact with Shaza and gets past him. Now Val will try and maybe make a move. No, he doesn't. And Shaza is now behind Val, who's behind Beyond Black. Oh, mistake from Shaza, going on the gravel a tiny bit, nearly contact with Val. And Shaza is now falling back. Once again, Shaza getting close in the final sector as Val makes a mistake, and can we see who will take advantage? It looks like there's going to be Val on in the final corner, tire banging between the two drivers, and then over towards turn 1. Val has the inside contact between the two drivers, and oh my goodness me, Shaza flies into a wall. Val promotes himself into P3, and Beyond Black is in P4, somehow escapes that huge crash, as Shaza has lost heap of time, and now he is getting pressure on Motion Lago and Altanovich. And Val has led Beyond Black back through. And Val is thrown to the side to let Shaza back through as well, as they make contact once again. fair play to Val, letting back the positions he gained due to that crash. I still have the battle for the lead. Mark is ahead of Oldrome. Just under 7 minutes of this season remaining, and we still have unsettled battles on track. Shaza in the meantime is keeping ahead of Murcielago, who is third in the standings, and battling Shaza for that second spot in the driver standings in this season finale. And so far Shaza is doing the job he needs. Let's go back to the leaders. 6 tenths is the gap between Oldrome and Mark for the top step of the podium, as we have 6 minutes remaining on the timer. And we can see that Oldrome is getting close to Mark, and they will definitely be battling now in the last 5 minutes. He's closing in, can he get close enough to maybe try and have a look down the inside into the final corner? No, he doesn't. He is still behind, lock stop into penultimate corner. And now there's only 5 minutes left and 10 seconds. Oh, Val makes a mistake and nearly goes for a spin, but he saves the car quite nicely, well controlled by the new Project Car Series MS Online Racing League champion. What a save that was. Shaza in the meantime is still ahead of Murcielago, and in this position just now, Shaza is going to take P2 in the driver standings, for Murcielago taking P3, unless Beamer Black. Well, I actually can't remember the gap between Beamer Black and Murcielago, so I'm not gonna say anything. Something happened to Oldrome as well, actually now falling back by 7 seconds in a row from Mark. So the battle for the lead is now not on, commentator's course, wait and crink. But Shaza is keeping ahead of Val. Shaza will now try to have to defend from Valerio, and they're going down the fast hill section in towards the penultimate corner. Can Val have a look on the inside? He fakes it, but he doesn't go for it, and he will remain in P5. And we have 3 minutes 20 on the clock as we started in lap 20 itself. Val is right on the tail of Shazam. Let's see. What can happen? What can happen? Can Val get past Shazam? And Shaza makes a mistake, goes really wide, and now Val and Shaza making it side by side. And look at this, wheel banging between the two drivers in the last 2.5 minutes. This is going to be a feisty fight near the very end of the race. As we have Val still in P5, Shaza in P4, Bia Black in P3, Oldrum in P2, Murcielago leading the race. No, sorry, Mark leading the race, my bad. And it's 4.2 seconds. So Oldrum has closed down the gap by 2.2 seconds in the last 2 minutes of this race. But is he pushing enough to catch up to Mark with less than 2 on the timer remaining? And I'm more than certainly sure there will be another lap to go after that. So we're looking for about 2 laps remaining. But is it going to be enough for Oldrum? Val up the inside of Shaza. The contact has been made. Val surely will have to let him back through, as in my eyes that is completely Val's fault. Sending Shaza for a half spin. And yeah, let's see what Val does. Will he let him back through? Yep, that was definitely a fairly unetiquetic move from Valeria. And now into the penultimate corner we have last lap of the race. Mark leading the way. Oldrum has gone off. Oldrum has gone off at the very start of sector 2, and that has ruined his chances of catching up to Mark, as what it looked like he had the pace for. I'm getting exposed in the chat. Jesus Christ. Вот нафига ты меня разглашаешь, а? But yeah, Shaza remains in P5, but I'm pretty sure Val will most likely to receive a penalty for that move, as in my opinion it was real aggressive and he should have conceded the position back to Shaza. And there we go, Mark wins the race. Oldrum will cross the line in P2, but we're going to go back to the battle for P5, where Murcielago is trying to find a way past Shaza with 2 corners to go. He gets really close. Contact has been made between the 2 drivers, and around the outside, Murcielago tries it. Does he get the move? Shaza will squeeze him near the wall, and this is a ding and battling, but does Murcielago get it? Dances towards the line, and no, I believe it's Shaza. Shaza does get it. Shaza keeps ahead of Murcielago there at the very end of the race. 6/600ths of a second separate the 2 drivers, and wow, what a finish that was between them. But it's Mark that takes the victory at the Sonoma Racing Grand Prix, at the final race of IndyCar Championship. Oldrum finishing in P2, well, it seemed like he had the pace to battle for the win at the very end. Bia Black rounding up the top 3 and taking the last podium position in today's race. Nemesis Racing finishing in P4, winning the championship last week, as I would like to remind you. Shaza finishing in P5, securing P2 in the Drivers' Championship. Murcielago in P6, and Altanovic finishes in P7. And that'll be it for today. And that has been it. That has been it. The season has now finished. Next stop is going to be GT3 season and the Mesa Online Racing League, which I'm going to be racing myself. So I'm looking forward to meeting all you guys on track. But yeah, season has finished. Val takes the championship. Shaza finishing in P2. Unfortunately, he did have issues throughout the season and he couldn't battle for the championship, as much as he wanted to. It didn't go down to the last race, unfortunately. But anyway, this has been it to the season. This has been it to the season. Guys, I would like to say a massive thank you to everyone who has been watching this season. Everyone who for all the kind words you guys said to me in either the PSN chat or just in DMs to me on PSN in general. A massive thank you to everyone who has supported the stream, Galactic, who has watched it every time he was able to. But yeah, that will be it to this season. Thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you sometime really soon. Have a good night everyone, and goodbye. Bye bye everyone.